dear viewers, now discuss physical and chemical changes based on ICSE Class 8 Part 3. Part 3 discuss many types of question answer. Before discuss Part 1 only for the summaries, Part 3 discuss very short type question answer. To take the Part 1 and Part 2 link, please show the description box. Now discuss, define the following term. Question number A. Desirable changes. Changes that are useful to us are known as desirable changes. Example, cooking of food, repairing of fruits, blooming of flower, etc. Next, exothermic changes. Changes in which there is release of energy in the form of heat are known as exothermic changes. Example, burning of oils. Next, physical properties. Physical properties of matter include color, hardness, malleability, solubility, electrical conductivity, density, melting point, and boiling point. For the element, color does not vary much from one element to the next. Example, folding of paper, evaporation, condensation of a substance, etc. Next, chemical property. Chemical property is a characteristic of a particular substance that can be observed in a chemical reaction. Some major chemical property include the flammability, toxicity, heat of combustion, pH value, rate of radioactive decay, and chemical stability. Example, rotting of fruits and vegetables, cooking of food and baking of cake, burning of paper, etc. Next, rusting. The process in which iron objects form a reddish-brown flaky substance on their substance when they come in contact with moisture and oxygen in the air is known as rusting. Next, question type differentiate between the following. First part, number A, natural and artificial changes. Natural changes, changes that occur in nature are known as natural changes. Example, growth of plant or a baby. Next, artificial changes. Changes that are made to happen or caused by human activities are known as artificial changes. Example, cooking of food. Show the video cooking of food. Next difference, fast and slow changes. Fast changes, changes that take place in a very short period of time are known as fast changes. Example, burning of matchsticks. Example, show the video burning of oils. Next, slow changes. Changes that take place over a long period of time are known as slow changes. Example, growth of a baby into adult. Show the video, that is the growth of plant. Okay, next difference, reversible and irreversible changes. Reversible changes, changes that can be reversed, that is you can get back the original substance by changing the conditions that brought about the change, are known as reversible change. Example, melting of ice. Show the video melting of ice. Next, irreversible changes. Changes that cannot be reversed. That is, you cannot get back the original substance by changing the conditions that brought about the change are known as irreversible changes. Example, cooking of rice. So the video cooking of rice or others cooking of food. Next difference, periodic and non-periodic changes. Periodic changes, changes that repeat after a fixed interval of time are known as periodic changes. Example, change in session. Show the video change in session. Next, non-periodic changes. Changes that do not repeat after a fixed interval of time and can occur anytime are known as non-periodic changes. Example, occurrence of cycle. Example, so the video occurrence of cyclones. Melting and freezing. Melting, the process in which a solid gets converted into its liquid state when heated, is known as melting. For example, when ice is heated, it melts to form water. Freezing, the process in which a liquid gets converted into its solid state when cold is known as freezing. For example, water is cold, it's freezed and turned back into ice. Boiling and evaporation. Number one point for boiling and evaporation. The process in which a liquid gets converted into its vapor state when heated at a particular temperature is known as boiling. The process in which a liquid gets converted into its vapor state is known as evaporation. Boiling occurs rapidly, whereas evaporation occurs slowly. Next point, point number 3, evaporation occurs at any temperature, whereas boiling occurs at a specific, that is particular temperature. Next question type, define the term change. Give any two example of a fast change. Change, that is the conversion of any substance from one form to another. Example of fast change, burning of matchsticks, occurrence of landslides and breakings of glass mirrors, etc. Next question, what is physical change? Give the examples. Changes in which no substance are formed are known as physical changes. Example, folding of paper, cutting of an iron rod into pieces, evaporation and condensation of substance. Next question, what is chemical change? Give the example. Changes in which new substances are formed are known as chemical changes. Example, rotting of fruits and vegetables, cooking of foods, baking of cake, burning of paper, etc. Next question, why do materials rust? When acidic substance including water come in contact with metals such as iron and or steel, rust begins to form. Rust is the result of corroding steel after the iron, that is Fe. Particles have been exposed to oxygen and moisture. Example, humidity, vapor, immersion. Okay. Next, give an example of physical change that show sign of a chemical change. For example, when you dissolve sugar in water, a physical change occurs. Okay, the form of sugar changes, but it remains the same chemically, sucrose molecule. However, when you dissolve the salt in water, the salt dissociated into it iron from NaCl into Na plus and Cl minus, that is cation and anion. So a chemical change occur. Next question, it is the very conceptual question. Burning of a candle is both a physical and chemical change. Why? When candle burn, ox is candle converts from solid into liquid. This is a physical change as it is a change in state of matter and can be reversed. However, wax near the flame burn and convert into carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide cannot be again converted into wax. So this is a chemical change. So the video, it is a very important feature. Physical and chemical change both it occur. Okay. Next question distinguishes between exothermic and endothermic changes. Explain with the example. Exothermic changes in occur, that is, change in which there is release of energy in the form of heat are known as exothermic changes. Example, burning of foils. So the video, burning of foils. Next, endothermic changes in which there is absorption of energy in the form of heat are known as endothermic changes. Example, cooking of food. So the video, cooking of food. Next question, a change can be desirable at one time or undesirable at another time. Justify this statement with example. Yes, for example, if you want to curd the milk when it will be desirable change, and if want to make a tea but the milk is curd at that time, you cannot able to make a tea. Hence, this case will be an undesirable change. Okay. Next question, list the characteristics of physical and chemical changes. Characteristics of physical changes. Number 1 point, no new substance with new property are formed. Number 2 point, it can be reversed by the simple physical methods. Number 3 point, it is temporary change. Number 4 point, no energy liberate. Number 5 point, change in colors, shape, size and state. Number 6 point, chemical properties of substance remaining the same. Next part, characteristics of chemical change. Number 1 point, new substance with new property are formed. Number 2 point, change cannot be resolved by simple physical method. Number 3 point, it is permanent change. Number 4 point, evolution of gas. Number 5 point, formation of a precipitate. Number 6 point, change in color. Number 7 point, change in temperature. Number 8 point, change in state. Next question, what are different indicators for a chemical change? Give example. The 5 indicators, that is 5 conditions of a chemical change: color change, formation of a precipitate, formation of a gas, odor change, temperature change. Show the video in 5 indicator of a chemical change. Okay. Number 1, production of gas. Number 2, production of light, permanent color change, formation of a precipitate. Number 5, temperature change. Next question, give the reasons for the following. Number A, bursting of cracker is an exothermic change. Bursting of cracker is an exothermic reaction as when a cracker bursts, a large amount of energy, that is heat energy, is released and it explodes. Next, boiling is a physical change. Boiling water is a physical change because the gaseous water produced is chemically identical to the liquid water. That is, both of them have the same molecule structure of a water. That is, boiling is a physical change. Next, all chemical changes are permanent. Chemical change is a permanent change because entirely new substance with new products, that is new properties, are formed, and this change cannot be reversed. Okay, next, rusting of iron is a chemical change. When the iron is exposed to air and moisture, rust formation takes place. Rust is iron oxide, a new substance formed out of a reaction. The color of the substance of the iron also change. Hence, rusting of iron is a chemical change. Okay. Next question. Give two examples of physical change which are irreversible. Mainly physical change occur reversible, but give two examples physical change which are irreversible. Cutting grass or pulverizing a rod are example of irreversible physical changes. Chopping oats for a fair also represents an irreversible physical change, since the pieces cannot be put back together to form the tree. Next question. How are following changes different from each other? Number 1. Changing of milk into curd. Changing of milk to curd is a chemical change and cannot be reversed. Next, hot milk becomes cold milk. Hot milk becoming cold is due to the change in temperature. No change takes place in the chemical state. Next question. Give two examples of physical and chemical changes. Example of physical change include cutting of paper, melting of butter, etc. And chemical change occur when the matter is changed into one or more different types of matter. Example of chemical change including rusting, hair, and cooking of food. Next question is magnetization of an iron nail a physical change? Explain. Magnetization of iron is a physical change and not a chemical change, as there is no change of state, no change of temperature, no smell, and no evolution of gas. It is because no chemical process is involved. Next question. Explain evaporation as a physical change. That is, evaporation is a physical change. Explain. The evaporation of water is a physical change. When water evaporates, it is changed from the liquid state to the gaseous state. But it is still water. It has not changed into any other substance. All changes of state are physical change. Okay. Next question. Explain the concept of energy change in physical and chemical change with example. For example, when solid dry ice vaporizes, physical change, carbon dioxide molecule absorb energy. When liquid water becomes ice, energy is released. Energy changes in chemical reactions result from the breaking and forming of bond. For bond to break, energy must be absorbed. When new bond form, energy will be released. Thank you, my dear students. Thank you, viewers. Okay, thank you.